came from Nha Trang. Now, I think I was here 15 years ago, and I say I think because the city looks so different. So the first time I was here, it was because the person I was traveling with wanted to scuba dive here. And so I spent most of the day kind of walking around the beach while they were scuba diving. But when we came in yesterday, I saw skyscrapers and everything was so developed and the roads were so nice and everything is so modern, and you can probably hear there's tons of traffic out right now. And so I think I was here, but I'm not 100% sure. Now about that drive yesterday from Dalat to Nha Trang, it was beautiful. Coming down that mountain, it was gorgeous. The views were stunning. It also started to rain about halfway through, so our 3-hour ride turned into 5 because we wanted to stay safe. Because let me tell you, going around those turns, not really the safest in the rain. So we took it easy, took it slow, got here, had something to eat for dinner, and now we're starting the day today in Nha Trang. We only have one day, but my plan is number 1, the beach, because it's known as one of the longest beaches in Vietnam, one of the most beautiful. And then also I want to try lots of traditional Vietnamese food from Nha Trang because there are a few dishes that are specifically from here. But first, we're starting the day with coffee because Vietnamese coffee is a beautiful way to start the day. The Trang is interesting. It's really big. There's a lot of traffic. But one of the things that we noticed last night is, at least where we're staying, it feels very much like our neighborhood in Saigon. There are a lot of trees. The architecture is very similar. That, French style, at least 3 floors. We're on the 6th floor in our hotel, sort of a lot of very narrow buildings, but really beautiful. But there are a lot of people here. For a beach town, it's more like a beach city with all of this traffic. But we're headed to a spot with a very traditional Vietnamese breakfast that is unique to Nha Trang, and that's a jellyfish vermicelli soup. So there are a lot of coastal dishes that you can get in many places, but this I've heard you can only get in Nha Trang. Want all my tips, including what didn't make it into videos? Check out my Vietnam guide for what to see, eat, and do, plus crucial tips for renting a motorbike in Vietnam. So when we first came by here, it was packed. The whole place was busy. And Alan said, just let's go in. And it was funny because it was packed, and then within 5 minutes, the whole place cleared out, and now it's packed again. People are just coming in here, eating breakfast, and hitting the road. There's no hanging around at this spot. I would say service here is helpful, prompt, but you gotta know what you want to order because they don't have time. They are so busy, so be prepared to tell them what you want. We are getting the jellyfish vermicelli soup, and then also I heard that the banh mi shumai here was really great, so we're gonna try that as well. I ordered a drink called lemon salt, which I guess is coconut and something else. I don't know what it is, but try it. It's like Nimbu soda with the coconut. So it's a salty lemon drink with coconut. And so before we started to eat, they motioned to us to stop because we were already not eating it correctly. She came over and she showed me in a bowl to put some of the sweet chili sauce that they make here in-house, a little bit of the fish paste, and then also some of the lime. You mix it together, you put it on here, and that's what really gives it the flavor. So I can see we have some fish cake, some of these vermicelli noodles, which I love that they're a little bit thicker. They're not the tiny angel hair one, but more the size of spaghetti. And then we've got pineapple, I think. And then we also have some of the squid. Now, some of the jellyfish. I've never eaten jellyfish ever, so I'm gonna try that first. That's exactly what you would think jellyfish tastes like. You can almost hear it squeak. It tastes like seafood. Okay, so it's not too sweet, it's spicy. It's like tangy, salty, and then there's just like deep, almost umami flavor. Now, I've heard also that these fish cakes are fantastic. Oh yeah, great texture. A little bit of pineapple for sweetness. This is delicious. If you've ever wanted to try jellyfish, this is the place to do it. The people are so nice. It's very busy, but for good reason. If there's a line, just wait. You want to come here. That was an amazing breakfast. Wow, I'm so glad I waited to try the shumai banh mi here because it was so good. It's Saturday, it's starting to get really loud and we're so full. I think it's time to head to the beach because as much as it's the best time to visit the beach, it's also rainy season. It rained yesterday, so we're gonna try to get to the beach, into the water before it rains, if it rains today. In Vietnam, in the rainy season, we've noticed it doesn't rain every day. It usually rains in the afternoon though, so if you wanna get out in the morning, get out early, and then if it rains, you've got a reason just to relax for an hour or two. It won't rain all day, and then you can go back out in the early evening. Before the beach, we're gonna make a quick stop because this place just looks so cute. The spot is called CCCP Coffee, and it actually really reminds me of Kong. Kong seems to be a national franchise or chain of coffee shops. I've seen it in Saigon, I saw it in Dalat. There's also one here right next to where we're staying, and it has very much that kind of army green revolutionary decor that maybe it's becoming back in fashion, but it's not just a tourist spot actually. You see a lot of Vietnamese there, so it has great coffee, it has a coconut coffee, and then this spot, I don't know if the CCCP is trying to cater to the many Russian tourists and expats that come here or what, but people here are very nice. It has great coffee, and then also in this area, there's so many amazing coffee shops, so many indoor spaces that are nice and cool, and even here, there's an upstairs and there's an outside, so one of my favorite things actually in Vietnam is just having coffee places. So we decided one more coffee and then we're definitely going to the beach. So there was a family that came in, they needed all of the seats, they were very big, so we came out to this patio, which is shaded and so lovely. We're only a couple blocks away from the hotel, but Nha Trang really changes. It actually gets very quiet, a lot of low-level buildings where we are right now, and it's really quite nice. The other thing that we were talking about was that earlier this year, I was thinking about going to Bali, renting an apartment, doing some work, and then also just doing some day trips to kind of see the other side of Bali that's not like this Instagrammable smoothie bowl. I wanted to kind of see the real side, but I couldn't do it because all there was available were villas, expensive villas. To actually just rent an apartment, I think is unheard of right now for various reasons, but real estate in Bali has gotten very unaffordable. And so in the end, I went to Joja, which was very lovely. I didn't end up shooting anything just because it was so nice to relax. But now that I've been to Vietnam and I see how inexpensive it is to fly here, I think Nha Trang could be a really great contender because you have these low-level buildings, you have so many things along the coast, and it's really quite nice, I think, the farther out from the center that you get. Great food, great beaches, good produce. This could be something to do in the future. I can see why it's such a popular expat destination because it seems to have so far so many things going for it. Now, a lot of people will tell you do not come to Vietnam in June, but actually I disagree. Yes, it's hot. It's at least 30 degrees every day, but it's so lush. Everything is so green. The trees are flowering. It's the peak season for a lot of Vietnamese fruit. So dragon fruit, lychee, avocado. And it's also just coming on to national tourism. So you're not gonna see a lot of international tourists, but you will see Vietnamese tourists. I actually think it's a really great time to travel, and especially here in Nha Trang, there's a lot of a breeze. And so it's hot, but every place is air conditioned, and then you just have this beautiful breeze. You will get used to the heat. I actually really like it. Wear a hat and you will be fine. doesn't deter me though from the Trang. It just shows that it is a tourist spot. It is a beach town, beach city, I think is a better way to call it. You have all of the big high rises, but it is still possible to have that low rise kind of lifestyle, which is really quite nice. This is a really nice promenade. I don't know what you call it, but all along there's some shade here. So behind me right here, there are umbrellas. I think if you stay at one of the hotels, it belongs to them. And then there are little spots for the gym, outdoor gym along the way. It's very clean, and there are a lot of rules here. So no littering. I don't even know if you can smoke here, to be honest, but it says no vendors. So that means no street food. One of my favorite things is just to go to the beach. And actually, look at this. People are selling some food. That makes it better. I mean, I like it that nobody is gonna be selling me bracelets or anything like that, but I do need some food. And Alan is really hungry too. We just waited too long to eat. Sometimes when you're in a beach city, it's hard to find food, and this was the case. So, came down to the beach. This is the first place that we saw on the beach to order food. It's a sailing club. It's a beach club, and apparently the first one here in Nha Trang. And it has beach club prices, of course, because we're right on the beach, but not too bad. I would say like entrees were between $8 and $10. We got a smoked octopus and a vegetarian lasagna. And then to drink, instead of a beer, we got actually healthy smoothies. This is called Force of Nature. It has wheatgrass, flaxseed, sesame seed, coconut water, spinach, apple. It tastes like a healthy drink. It's good. I actually love green smoothies, so this is fantastic. We just decided instead of getting beer, going for green smoothies was better. Let's have a good day because tomorrow and the next day we have big drives ahead of us, so we're gonna take care of ourselves now. All right, it took a while, but got the octopus. It looks fantastic. We were gonna get the squid, but we've had so much squid here. Smoked octopus sounded fantastic. It's on a little bit of mash, some cilantro. Oh, it's good. Really good flavors. This is delicious. And it has a great view. So in the end, I think this was a great choice. All right, so that was a good meal. You know, we almost always choose traditional, and this time it was something a little bit different. It was nice to have the octopus because we haven't had that yet. We're gonna take a walk down the beach to work this off, and then I'm gonna call it a day because we actually have to go back to the hotel and pack. I destroyed the place. It just clothing everywhere, and so we're gonna pack tonight because tomorrow we have a really early drive. We're gonna have 2 days of driving, rest day, and then in the next video you're going to see us in Hoi An. If you're wondering, we did make it into the water. I almost didn't go in, but Alan reminded me I really wanted to go in today, so we just got out. The water is warm and it's just really nice. Such a special treat to come during national tourism and just see, like, this is how Vietnamese spend their vacation, and it's really fun. Join my Patreon community for more behind the scenes and exclusive content you won't find elsewhere. You can also find me on Instagram, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. All of these things make my day. Thank you so much for your support.